Hi, I'm Sean, and I'm from Michigan, and I truly found Be My Eyes revolutionary app when I needed assistance navigating a campus that I've been to for a while, but didn't really know the layout of because my orientation and mobility skills aren't the best.
Blind Abilities welcomes Hans Wiberg, founder of Be My Eyes, and community director Alexander Jensen.
And that call literally changed my life. From that day forward, I could help someone from anywhere at any time, just as long as I had my phone with me.
Hans and Jensen will be announcing 2 new enhancements to the Be My Eyes app, specialized help and community stories.
I use Be My Eyes quite often, actually on a daily basis. I use it for a variety of tasks. For example, sometimes I use it to just have the color of my clothes identified for me. Or sometimes I use it at work just to see what is going on in front of me, how many people are there, and just to have a description of the surroundings.
For more podcasts with a blindness perspective, check us out on the web at www.blindabilities.com, on Twitter at blindabilities, and download the free Blind Abilities app from the App Store. That's 2 words, Blind Abilities.
But my favorite time was when some lady received her birthday presents and cards in the mail, and I told her what were her gifts and what her cards said.
I got an invitation from a physician, but the date and the time was written by hand, so I didn't have any chance to read that. But a friendly Be My Eyes volunteer read these 2 things to me, and I was very lucky about that.
Welcome to Blind Abilities. I'm Jeff Thompson. Such a great pleasure to have both of you in the studio. Hans Wiberg, founder of Be My Eyes, and community developer Alexander Jensen. Thanks for taking the time and being here for our listeners.
Great. So thank you for having us on.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, there's been a lot of news about Be My Eyes, and that's an app for the iOS and Android that you can get for your smartphone. Can you explain what the app is?
It's a pretty simple app and basically makes a live video connection between a blind or low vision person and a sighted volunteer, so that you can always get visual assistance no matter where you are, and almost no matter what language you speak. So in that sense, we can provide help 24/7 in basically any language.
And you have plenty of volunteers all around the world.
Yes, this is completely amazing. We have more than 900,000 volunteers across the globe.
900,000.
Yeah, it's close to 1 million. So it is really, really amazing. We have 64,000 blind people signed up. So it has grown quite a bit in those 3 years we have been online.
That's just super, because those volunteers are gaining some experience and knowledge of the blindness community themselves.
I just checked. Now we can provide help. We have more than 180 different languages where we have more than 50 volunteers. It is really a global thing we can do here.
Oh, that's impressive. That's impressive. You've grown quite a bit. I mean, I think we did a podcast with you almost 3 years ago when you first came out of when you first won the contest.
Yeah, it was, I think it was in the early 2015 we did a podcast. So, yeah, so 3 years ago.
Well, good job on seeing this through and bringing it to where it is today. And can you tell us about the relationships that you're starting to do with companies right now?
Well, I think Alex should be the one telling about that.
Yeah, I can definitely do that. So about 3 weeks ago, on the 21st of February, we launched a new feature called Specialized Help. So now the app, from a blind person's perspective, has 2 buttons. One that says call first available helper, that will put you in contact with a volunteer, and then the specialized help button.
Call first available volunteer button. Specialized help button.
When you go into the specialized help button, you will have a list of companies instead of volunteer. And we just launched with Microsoft. So if you need any technical support from Microsoft, you can go in and select Microsoft and make a call directly to their disability answer desk.
Call Microsoft button.
Who will then receive a live video call like a normal Be My Eyes call. So wherever you point your camera at the screen, for example, they can help you set up the computer or guide you through. So we are really excited about bringing companies onto the platform now.
Oh, that is really something, because that's usually when you have a problem, you can't read the screen. So having someone directly from the help desk, that'll be awesome.
Exactly. And that's exactly the reason why we decided to go down this path as well. We will also have a bunch of other companies in the coming months. We'll have everything from banks to transportation companies and many more. We already got, I think, almost 600 recommendations on companies that our blind and low vision users have suggested that we include on the app. So the list is long, and we'll do whatever we can to get as many companies on the platform as possible.
Oh, that's great that you have that relationship with your users.
Some of the companies will, of course, only be available in certain countries, but Microsoft will hopefully be available in all the countries where Microsoft is relevant. But it is up to the company to decide where and when and how they will be available. We hope to expand the list quite a bit.
That's great. I see also that you have some people who are using the app are sharing experiences. Is that accessible through the app?
Yeah, that's a very newest feature called Community Stories. And we are very lucky that we get so many people sharing their stories, both volunteers and blind users. We thought that to bring them alive, so there's a new little tab in the app called Stories.
Stories tab.
And if you go into that, you can hear stories from blind and visually impaired users about how they use it and what they've been using for, like a lot of really inspiring stuff. And also some stories from the volunteers who tell a little bit about how it makes them feel to help. Yeah, and we'll be launching new stories on a weekly and bi-weekly basis from now on. So there's a lot of interesting new stuff coming into the app.
Well, that's really great, because, sharing those stories and what it does, it's interesting to find out how a sighted person, how they benefit from it. So I'll be looking forward to reading those.
Sometimes I joke about that I'm in real doubt who am I helping the most, because some of the volunteers are really excited about just being able to do what seems to be a small thing, but the feeling that you have when you're being able to help someone who asks for it is a great feeling, and that's what we also want to share. Basically so that the blind person don't hesitate to use it, because the volunteers are eager to help. It's important to bring this understanding to everyone.
Yeah, I think it's just great, because I picked it up. I did a little demo of me using the Keurig machine, and within a minute, I was done using it and making my beverage in 1 minute. Hey, Siri. Open Be My Eyes.
Be My Eyes. Call first available volunteer.
All right. So at this point, if I do a single finger double tap, I'm getting online. So I better have something ready for them to do for this demonstration. I think it's coffee time.
Call first available volunteer. But using rear camera. Please wait. Finding the first available volunteer.
And this is where the Be My Eyes app
We are still trying to find the first available volunteer.
searches for someone that speaks English, someone that's in my time zone. So it searches the world basically and tries to come up with someone that is best suited for answering my questions. Now this time varies. I've had people pick up in 12 seconds. I've had people pick up in 2 minutes. But typically it's around that 30-second mark. And for privacy reasons, I've changed the voice of the volunteer so it's not detectable.
Connected.
Hello there.
Hi there. What are you doing?
I'm alright. How about yourself?
Good. I have a question. I have a Keurig machine here. This one.
Yep.
And when I push this down, it's supposed to give me a choice here for ounces.
The light is hitting it in a way I can't read it. Okay, that's better. You have, it says it's at 10 ounce, and there's an arrow at the top and an arrow at the bottom.
So down here?
Up a little higher. Right there is where it says 10 ounce. Yeah, now it's at 8 ounce. You're pushing the down button. At what do you want it to be?
I want it at 8. Is that it?
Okay.
So then the other button's up here then.
Well, no, that would be for increasing the amount.
Okay.
If you're ready, then you move your finger to the left.
Okay.
That is the spot to make it go. Let's see what happens.
Oh, there we go. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're very welcome. Have a good day.
You too.
End call. Button. Alert. Are you sure you want to disconnect? No. Yes. Yes. Button.
And that was a very nice volunteer. And it wasn't Minnie Mouse. Believe me. That voice was changed. And there we go. We got hot cocoa coming. All right, so after the experience is over, this is what we get.
Review your experience. Heading. Thanks for your call. Please let us know if you had any problems during this call, be it either technical or personal. I experienced problems. Button. I had a good call. Button.
And that's it. That's all there is to this free app. It's Be My Eyes in the App Store and Be My Eyes on Android in the Google Play Store. Help me out. We said thank you, and that was it. Mission accomplished. So
I can tell you, we do a lot of coffee because coffee machines these days, they are so complicated. So you need a master degree to make a cup of coffee, and it is completely inaccessible. But with the use of Be My Eyes, you can navigate basically any coffee machine these days.
Yeah, the calls they really vary from like stuff like that to like so many different things, and also the length of the call is also from. You mentioned your calls was maybe less than a minute, but some also like use 10 minutes together, like trying to figure out a spice rack or a record collection. So the calls really differ a lot in both in what actually is being done and also the length of it.
that was a question that someone had asked me. How long can the calls be? And I think it would just be a courteous thing that you be most efficient as you can.
Yes. And also, if you know that this is something that's going to take a while, it is polite to kind of ask the volunteer, do you have like half an hour or something like that? And how much use do you have on your phone? Because that might also limit the length of the call. But otherwise, we haven't had people complaining about the volunteers didn't want to help a long time. And I can see on the call list that there are some calls that are close to an hour. But that's mainly if it is some computer issue where you have to reboot the computer and maybe do it more than once and so on. That can take quite a while. Generally, the volunteers are super patient about the length of the call, but most of the calls are less than 2 minutes.
You have a bigger task, then you have to remember we have, I think, what is it now, 930,000 volunteers.
Yeah.
So you can always call another one if you want to. Yeah, there's no limit to how many times you can call a day. So you can just knock yourself out and call another one if the first one don't have time. And now you can actually call 24/7 because we match based on language and on time zone. So if you're in the US, for example, and you need help in the middle of the night, then we'll just call someone in Australia.
It's the small little things that you call about. It's just trying to get past that little hurdle, that little bump in the road, and boom, that's what I love it for.
It's amazing for me to see the blind people. They know exactly what they're doing. They just need to be sure about, have I set my oven to, or is this the program on my washing machine that I think it is, and most likely it is. They just want to be sure and then have the certainty of doing things. We have calls that are 18 seconds long or something like that, just to make sure that it is what it is. That's great that you can use this app for that.
How do you guys attract sighted people to become volunteers?
We don't. We have had a tremendous amount of press coverage, and we've been featured in a bunch of newspapers and so on worldwide. And Facebook and Twitter is helping us a great deal, and the volunteers are recommending this to each other and so on. So our biggest challenge is to reach out to blind people and make them aware of Be My Eyes, so they at least could try it out and find out if it is something they want to use. Because we think, even we are super proud of our 64,000 blind people, but there's millions of people out there who are blind or low vision. So we think we can reach a lot more. So that's what some of the work that Alexander is working on, is reaching out to blind organizations and participating in conferences and so on.
Great. And speaking of conferences, you guys are coming to America and headed to, well, Hans, you're coming to the CSUN.
Yes, I'm looking very much forward to that. I have been there once before. That was in 2015, where I had the chance to talk to Stevie Wonder. That was really, really awesome to get to talk to him and tell him a little bit about Be My Eyes. Yeah, once in a lifetime experience for me.
So do you know your booth number this year?
We don't. We are working together with Microsoft, so we will be presenting together with them, and then we will be hanging around and see if we can talk to as many people as possible during the week. So we don't have our own booth in that sense.
Well, Microsoft's a good one to team up with, like you have.
I think so, yeah.
But you can always like reach out on Twitter or something if you
Absolutely.
want to meet in person.
Yeah.
That'd be the easiest way to coordinate meeting at CSUN and any of the other conferences.
And you can also reach out, email, just Hans at Be My Eyes or Christian at Be My Eyes. So we will respond as fast as we can.
Go to the App Store, download the app, and light it up right there and sign in, and you're ready to go.
I just got a mail from a lady who needed, she had never used Be My Eyes. Then she would run into some problem. And then within 3 minutes, she said she had the app downloaded and signed in and got the first volunteer. So she was so extremely impressed about how easy it was to have this. And as Alexander said, there's no limit. You can use it all day you want.
Well, that's great.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that I think that speed is really essential when making the calls. From when you press connect to first available helper across all languages, the average is less than 30 seconds from when you click call first available helper to someone picks it up at the other end. So I think it's something like Be My Eyes works because it's instant. And we have been working really hard the last year to get the connection time down. So now you'll be connected in less than 30 seconds. And that's something we are really, really proud of.
The thing that you have to be super aware of is that you are in a good internet connection environment. So you have to check before you make the call if you have a good internet connection. Because when you're making a video call, you need some bandwidth. So that's super important.
You know, I remember back when we talked in 2015 that you were like just in your kitchen and you're talking on a phone and you wanted someone to help you and you didn't know where this was all going to go. And this is really impressive that here you are today and adding all these other features to it. And you're going to be out there at CSUN. Hopefully you'll see Stevie Wonder again.
Yeah, I hope so.
That's always the big thing. Someone said that they went to lunch and they came back and found out that Stevie Wonder was at their booth and he missed them.
That's a toilet break that you would wish you could not have taken.
Yeah. Well, I want to thank you guys for coming on. Is there anything else you would like to mention to everybody?
The key message is basically like, if you haven't tried it, then give it a try. It's everything is anonymous. Everything is free. You'll never be charged for anything. You can use it as much as you want, and there's no time limit or time of the day that will limit you from using it. So just give it a go. And also, if you think about some companies that you'd like us to include in the app, please send us an email and let us know.
Will you be at CSUN, Jeff?
No, I will not be at CSUN this year, but I wish I was.
Well, then we have to meet some other time and have the beer that we've been talking about. So.
There you go. Well, thank you guys very much for taking the time out of your day and coming on to Blind Abilities. And we're going to get this posted up so people give it a shot. Like you said, if you haven't tried it, give it a shot. Well, thank you, Hans.
Thank you so much for having us on.
Thank you, Alexander.
Thank you so much, Jeff.
I've been using iPhone from the day VoiceOver came out, but no application like Be My Eyes has altered my life as drastically as I can put it. It just comforts me to know that there is an option whenever I need assistance.
Helping through Be My Eyes made me more concerned with the issues like inclusion and consequently with usability of the products that I'm working with.
The Be My Eyes app has changed my life in the way that now really I have a certainty, I have a security whenever I need sighted eyes, seeing assistance, I have the possibility to find that. And this possibility exists during day and night time. And that's really, really comforting. So, thanks to all volunteers of the Be My Eyes community, you are doing a very great job.
So go ahead and use it just once, and you'll just notice how easy it is to access the app and how easily you can use it after that.
It's a truly remarkable app.
It was a great pleasure talking to Hans and Alexander from Be My Eyes. And you can contact Be My Eyes by email, HANS, that's Hans, at BeMyEyes.com, or on Twitter at BeMyEyes. And for more podcasts with a blindness perspective, check us out on the web at www.blindabilities.com, on Twitter at blindabilities, and download the free Blind Abilities app from the App Store. That's 2 words, Blind Abilities. This podcast has been produced in part by State Services for the Blind. Live, learn, read, and play. Thanks for listening. We hope you enjoyed, and until next time, bye-bye.
When we share
what we see
through each other's eyes, we can then begin to bridge the gap between
the limited expectations and the realities
of blind abilities.
The realities of blind abilities.
For more podcasts with a blindness perspective, check us out on the web at www.blindabilities.com, on Twitter at blindabilities, download our app from the App Store, Blind Abilities, that's 2 words, or send us an email at info@blindabilities.com. Thanks for listening.